Hello, my wonderful friends, and welcome back. It's always such a pleasure to spend this quiet time with you. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to open up a conversation about something that touches the lives of so many of us, something that can often feel like a silent daily struggle, managing those blood sugar numbers. Oh, those numbers. Perhaps you're familiar with the routine. The little alcohol wipe, the quick, sharp prick on the side of your finger, carefully coaxing out that tiny bead of blood onto the test strip. And then, those few seconds of waiting, watching the little screen on the meter, maybe holding your breath just a little, hoping, praying for a number that falls within that good range. Does your heart sometimes sink when the number flashes up higher than you expected, higher than you were aiming for? It can trigger a wave of disappointment, maybe even a touch of guilt, wondering what you did wrong. Or perhaps you don't even need the meter to tell you. Maybe you just feel it in your body, that wave of inexplicable tiredness that washes over you an hour or two after eating, that foggy feeling in your head that makes it hard to concentrate, maybe even a slight headache lingering behind your eyes, or feeling unusually irritable for no apparent reason. It can truly feel like you're constantly walking a precarious tightrope, balancing diet, activity, maybe medication, always trying to keep things level. You put so much effort into choosing your foods carefully, trying to make healthy choices, measuring portions, maybe skipping dessert even when you'd love a little treat. Yet, despite all that hard work and vigilance, you still experience those frustrating, unpredictable spikes and dips that leave you feeling anxious about the long-term implications, or simply just unwell and drained in the moment. It's easy to start second-guessing every single thing you put on your plate. Was it that small baked potato I had last night? Did I misjudge the portion of rice? Maybe even that apple was too much? This constant mental calculus, this hyper-awareness, can sadly start to chip away at the simple pleasure and nourishment that sharing a meal should bring. It becomes less about enjoyment and more about worry. The burden of constant monitoring, the anxiety about the next reading, the next doctor's visit, it can all feel quite heavy. Wouldn't it be wonderful, just wonderful, if there was something simple, something completely natural and readily available that could act as a gentle, steadying hand, something delicious even, that could help smooth out those sometimes jarring peaks and valleys, helping your body maintain a more even keel? Well, what if I were to tell you today that there is indeed a common, wonderfully creamy and deeply satisfying fruit? Yes, you heard me right, a fruit, that a growing body of research suggests can be a fantastic, friendly ally in this very journey. A food that might just help you feel a little more balanced, a little more stable, day in and day out. If this feeling of constantly navigating those blood sugar ups and downs, the worry and the effort, resonates deeply with you, please take a moment to share a thought or feeling in the comments below. Knowing others share the journey helps immensely. And please do subscribe and stick around, because we're about to explore a surprisingly simple, delicious, and natural helper that might just make a difference. Now, I can almost hear the gears turning in some of your minds. Wait a minute, you might be thinking, perhaps with a perfectly understandable dose of skepticism. A fruit to help manage blood sugar? Aren't fruits full of sugar? Isn't that counterintuitive? That is an excellent and very logical question. And you are absolutely right. Many fruits are indeed naturally sweet because they contain natural sugars like fructose. That's why portion control is often advised for fruit when managing blood sugar. However, the particular fruit we're going to delve into today is truly unique in the plant kingdom. It stands apart because, unlike most other fruits, it's remarkably low in sugar but rich in other beneficial components. Today, we'll gently explore together 3 key ways this beautiful green gem can offer support for healthier, more stable blood sugar levels, based on what nutritional science is showing us. We'll talk about how it can help promote that feeling of steady, sustained energy, rather than contributing to those sharp spikes and subsequent crashes that leave us feeling drained. We'll also uncover a delightful little bonus tip towards the end, exploring some surprisingly easy and delicious ways to incorporate it into your daily routine, perhaps in ways you haven't thought of before. And to bring it all to life, I'll share a truly encouraging and heartwarming story about a gentleman, someone just like us who discovered this simple food and found it made a tangible, positive difference in managing his health and enhancing his quality of life. Now, I completely understand if you still feel a little doubtful. Can one food really make that much difference? It might sound almost too good, too simple to be true in a world full of complicated health advice. But let me reassure you, this conversation isn't about promoting miracle cures or overnight fixes. Those rarely exist. Instead, it's about understanding how certain powerful, whole foods, gifts from nature, work synergistically with our body's own intricate systems. The wonderful thing about today's star food is that it's readily available in most grocery stores, it's easy to prepare, often requiring no cooking at all, and it's incredibly versatile. So, I invite you now to make yourself truly comfortable. Perhaps refill that cup of tea, find your coziest blanket, maybe put your feet up. Let's just settle in for a relaxed, friendly chat. There's absolutely no pressure here, just gentle exploration and shared information that hopefully empowers you with another simple tool for your well-being toolkit. All right, let's formally introduce the star of our show today, the wonderfully versatile, incredibly nourishing avocado. It's often mistaken for a vegetable in cooking, but botanically speaking, it's actually a large berry, a fruit. One of the most significant reasons avocados are considered such a boon for blood sugar management lies in their remarkable fiber content. Many of us hear about fiber, but what does it actually do inside our bodies, especially concerning sugar? Well, imagine fiber, particularly the soluble kind which avocados are rich in, acting like a very efficient traffic controller, or perhaps a thick, absorbent sponge within your digestive tract. When you consume foods containing carbohydrates, like breads, grains, fruits, starchy vegetables, your digestive system works to break them down into glucose, which is the simple sugar that fuels your cells. This glucose then enters your bloodstream to be transported where it's needed. Fiber steps in and significantly slows down this entire process. Instead of allowing that glucose to rush into your bloodstream all at once, picture water cascading rapidly down a steep, smooth slope, causing a potential flood at the bottom. Fiber creates a gentler, more gradual release. It's more akin to water slowly meandering through a series of gentle bends in a river, or soaking steadily into that thick, natural sponge. This slower, more controlled absorption of sugar is crucial because it helps prevent those dramatic, sharp spikes in blood sugar levels that can occur after a meal, particularly one higher in carbohydrates. Avoiding these spikes is key not only for managing diabetes but also for maintaining consistent energy levels and reducing strain on your body's insulin response. Furthermore, this amazing fiber contributes significantly to satiety, that comfortable feeling of fullness and satisfaction after eating. By helping you feel full longer, avocados can naturally help curb cravings for less healthy snacks between meals, indirectly supporting better blood sugar control by reducing overall sugar and refined carb intake. Reputable health organizations and numerous research studies consistently underscore the vital role of dietary fiber in glycemic control and overall metabolic health. Incorporating avocados is a delicious way to boost your intake. A simple, practical step to harness this benefit? Try adding about a quarter or half of a sliced avocado to your morning whole wheat toast instead of jam. Toss generous chunks into your lunchtime salad for added substance. Or add a dollop of mashed avocado alongside your scrambled eggs or omelet. You could even stir diced avocado into black bean soup or chili just before serving for a creamy texture. Now, a gentle note of caution. While avocados are brimming with health benefits, They are also calorie-dense due to their healthy fat content, which we'll talk about next. So, enjoying them mindfully, perhaps sticking to a serving size of around a quarter to a half of a medium avocado per meal, is generally a sensible approach to balance calorie intake. And, as always, it's incredibly important to listen to your own body's response and to have an open conversation with your doctor or registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you are managing diabetes or taking medications. They can provide personalized advice tailored to your specific health needs and circumstances. Moving on to another remarkable quality of the avocado, its abundance of healthy fats. For many years, perhaps during the low-fat craze era that some of us certainly remember, all fats were often painted with the same negative brush. We were encouraged to avoid them diligently. However, nutritional science has evolved significantly, and we now understand that the type of fat matters immensely. Avocados are particularly rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, often called MUFAs, the same type of heart-healthy fat that makes olive oil so beneficial and is a cornerstone of the famously healthy Mediterranean diet. So, how exactly can these good fats lend a helping hand in managing blood sugar levels? Emerging and established research strongly suggests that diets rich in monounsaturated fats can play a positive role in improving something called insulin sensitivity. Let's revisit our earlier analogy. Think of insulin as the special key your body produces to unlock the doors of your cells, allowing glucose, sugar, from your bloodstream to enter the cells and be used for energy. In situations like insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, it's as if those cell door locks become somewhat rusty or sticky. The insulin key is there, but it has trouble fitting in or turning properly, meaning the doors don't open efficiently. As a result, glucose can't easily get into the cells and instead builds up in the bloodstream, leading to high blood sugar levels. The healthy monounsaturated fats found generously in avocados seem to act almost like a natural lubricant for these sticky locks. They appear to help the cell membranes become more fluid and responsive to insulin signal. When your cells become more sensitive to insulin, the key works better, the doors open more easily, and glucose can move from the bloodstream into the cells where it belongs. This improved efficiency means your body can manage blood sugar levels more effectively over time, potentially requiring less insulin, either produced by your body or taken as medication, under doctor guidance, of course, to do the same job. It's not an instant effect, but rather a supportive mechanism for long-term stability. We see evidence of this in populations consuming diets rich in these fats, like those following traditional Mediterranean eating patterns, who often exhibit better metabolic health markers, including improved insulin sensitivity and blood sugar control. So, how can you easily invite these beneficial fats into your meals? A wonderfully simple and satisfying way is to mash up half a ripe avocado with just a fork, perhaps adding a tiny squeeze of fresh lime or lemon juice for brightness and a pinch of salt and pepper, and use this creamy mixture as a delicious spread on whole grain sandwiches or crisp breads instead of butter, margarine, or mayonnaise. You could also use mashed avocado as a healthier base for creamy dips instead of sour cream, or dollop it onto a baked potato. This simple swap not only provides those healthy fats but also adds that satisfying richness that helps you feel genuinely full and content after eating, reducing the likelihood of reaching for sugary or refined carbohydrate snacks later on. It's a truly comforting, nourishing, and intelligent substitution that supports your body in multiple ways. Beyond the remarkable fiber and healthy fats, avocados are also veritable treasures troves of essential vitamins and minerals, acting like a multivitamin straight from nature. These micronutrients play crucial, often overlapping roles in supporting the overall intricate functioning of our bodies, which is fundamentally linked to how well we manage metabolic processes like blood sugar regulation. While they boast good amounts of vitamin K, important for blood clotting and bone health, folate, vital for cell growth, vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant, and various B vitamins, one mineral stands out in particularly impressive quantities: potassium. Many people immediately think of bananas when potassium is mentioned. And while bananas are a good source, a serving of avocado typically packs significantly more potassium than an equivalent serving of banana. So, why is getting enough potassium so important, especially when we're thinking about blood sugar health? Well, potassium is a critical electrolyte involved in a vast array of essential bodily functions. It plays a major role in maintaining healthy blood pressure levels, a crucial factor, as high blood pressure often goes hand in hand with blood sugar issues, sometimes as part of what doctors call metabolic syndrome. Potassium helps counterbalance the effects of sodium and relaxes blood vessel walls. Furthermore, it's vital for proper nerve signal transmission throughout your body and for enabling muscles, including the heart muscle, to contract correctly. It also helps regulate fluid balance within our cells and tissues. Think of all these essential nutrients, including potassium, as a team of highly skilled and diligent maintenance workers inside your body. They are constantly working behind the scenes, ensuring all the complex machinery, your cardiovascular system, your nervous system, your cellular energy production, runs smoothly, efficiently, and in harmony. When your body's fundamental systems are well nourished and functioning optimally thanks to adequate intake of these micronutrients, it is simply better equipped to handle all metabolic challenges, including the complex task of regulating blood sugar levels. Now, you might be wondering, how does potassium directly lower my blood sugar? It's less about a direct, immediate lowering effect and more about creating the optimal internal environment for stability and efficiency. By supporting healthy blood pressure, nerve function, and cellular health, potassium contributes to a body that is less stressed and better able to utilize insulin and manage glucose effectively over the long term. It's about supporting the whole system so it can do its job better. How can you easily incorporate this potassium-rich food? Try adding small, neat cubes of ripe avocado to your favorite chicken or vegetable soup right at the end of cooking. Just before serving, it adds a wonderful, cool creaminess without fully dissolving. Or gently fold some diced avocado into your fluffy scrambled eggs or omelet during the last minute of cooking. You could even blend avocado into a green smoothie for a nutrient kick, as we'll discuss more next. Remember, while the nutrient profile of avocados is fantastic, they are most beneficial as part of a varied, balanced, whole foods diet. They are a powerful supporting player, not a magic bullet or a substitute for any medical advice or treatments prescribed by your healthcare provider. They work best when complementing an overall healthy lifestyle. Now, just as I promised earlier, let's uncover that delightful bonus tip. We've already touched upon some classic ways to enjoy avocado: sliced on toast, tossed in salads, mashed for spreads, added to eggs. These are all fantastic. But the wonderfully unique, creamy texture and mild, adaptable flavor of avocado lend themselves to a surprising array of uses that you might never have considered, pushing its boundaries far beyond guacamole. Here's a trick that might sound a little unconventional at first, but trust me, it's a game changer, especially if you enjoy smoothies. Try adding about a quarter, or even up to half, of a ripe avocado to your blender, along with your usual smoothie ingredients, like spinach, berries, a bit of unsweetened almond milk, or water. You might raise an eyebrow, thinking it will taste strange, but it blends in almost seamlessly. What it does is impart an incredible, luxurious creaminess and richness to the smoothie, making it feel much more substantial and satisfying, almost like a healthy milkshake. It achieves this without needing high-sugar ingredients like large amounts of banana, sweetened yogurts, or ice cream. The healthy fats and fiber from the avocado also significantly slow down the absorption of natural sugars from any other fruits you might include, promoting better blood sugar balance compared to a fruit-only smoothie. Plus, it's a fantastic way to sneak in those healthy fats and nutrients, especially if you're not keen on eating plain avocado. My dear friend Sarah, who watches her blood sugar carefully, absolutely swears by her morning smoothie with berries, spinach, a scoop of protein powder, and a quarter of an avocado. She says it tastes delicious and keeps her feeling full, energized, and steady right through until lunchtime. Another incredibly simple, yet often overlooked way to enjoy it? Simply slice a perfectly ripe avocado in half. Lengthwise, carefully remove the pit. A gentle tap with a knife and a twist usually works. Perhaps sprinkle a little sea salt. Freshly. Ground black pepper, or even a dash of everything bagel seasoning or a squeeze of fresh lime or lemon juice directly into the cavity. Grab a spoon and eat it right out of its natural bowl. The skin. It's a wonderfully satisfying, nutrient-dense snack that requires absolutely zero cooking or preparation beyond cutting it open. Perfect for a quick energy boost or a light lunch. But let's get even more creative. Did you know you can use ripe avocado as a base for a surprisingly decadent and healthy chocolate mousse or pudding? Just blend avocado with unsweetened cocoa powder, a touch of your preferred sweetener, like stevia or erythritol, a splash of vanilla extract, and maybe a little unsweetened plant milk until smooth and creamy. Chill it, and you have a guilt-free dessert. You can also blend avocado into homemade salad dressings to make them creamy without dairy, or even gently warm thick slices or cubes as a simple, elegant side dish for grilled fish or chicken. So, I encourage you, don't be afraid to think outside the guacamole bowl. Experiment a little. Discovering these versatile, blood sugar-friendly ways to incorporate avocado can add enjoyment, nourishment, and variety to your meals and snacks. Now, allow me to share a truly heartwarming story that beautifully illustrates the potential impact of these simple changes. It's about a gentleman named George, a kind-eyed, cheerful 75-year-old retiree living in the heart of Texas. George had a passion, a real love, for woodworking. His garage was his sanctuary, filled with the comforting scent of sawdust, well-loved, tools hanging neatly on the walls, and stacks of wood waiting to be transformed. He found immense joy and satisfaction in crafting intricate little birdhouses, small wooden toys, and keepsake boxes, especially for his adored grandchildren. It was his way of staying active, creative, and connected. However, over the preceding months, George had found himself increasingly struggling. The main culprit was a profound fatigue that would settle over him nearly every day after lunch, sometimes accompanied by an uncharacteristic irritability or a frustrating inability to focus on the detailed work his hobby required. He often felt the need to abandon his projects midway through the afternoon and retreat indoors for a nap, leaving him feeling unproductive and disheartened. Adding to his distress, his recent blood sugar readings during checkups were consistently creeping, higher than his doctor felt comfortable with. This filled George with a nagging anxiety about the potential for future health complications, like nerve damage or vision problems, which he desperately wanted to avoid. He felt caught in a frustrating cycle, trying to eat healthy, but still feeling unwell and seeing worrying numbers. He started to fear he might have to severely restrict his diet even further, perhaps giving up some favorite meals entirely, or maybe even scaling back significantly on his beloved woodworking, the very activity that brought structure and joy to his retirement days. He felt like his options were narrowing, his independence perhaps subtly slipping away. Then, during a visit, his thoughtful daughter, who had been doing some reading about nutrition and metabolic health, gently brought up the idea of incorporating avocados into his diet. George was immediately skeptical. Avocados? Aren't those full of fat? Aren't they fattening? He questioned, echoing the old dietary advice he remembered. His daughter patiently explained the crucial difference between unhealthy saturated and trans fats and the beneficial monounsaturated fats found in avocados, nuts, and olive oil, and how they could actually support health. Intrigued and, honestly, Willing to try anything simple that might help him feel better without drastic deprivation, George agreed to give it a go. He started small, making just one consistent change. He began adding about a quarter to a half of a ripe avocado to his daily lunch, sometimes sliced into his turkey sandwich on whole wheat bread, other times tossed into his customary salad, or simply mashed onto a cracker. He didn't overhaul his entire diet immediately, he just added this one element consistently. As expected, it wasn't an overnight miracle cure, but slowly, steadily, over the course of several weeks, George began to notice distinct and welcome changes. Those heavy waves of post-lunch fatigue started to lessen significantly in both frequency and intensity. He felt more consistently energetic, more mentally clear throughout the afternoons. He found himself able to focus better on the precise measurements and delicate cuts his woodworking demanded. His mood felt brighter, less prone to irritability. Perhaps most encouragingly, his home blood sugar readings began to show a trend towards greater stability. While not perfect every time, there were far fewer alarming spikes, and more readings fell comfortably within his target range. During his next doctor's visit, even his doctor noted the positive shift in his average numbers. But the most profound change, George later reflected, wasn't just the physical improvements, it was the shift in his mindset. The gnawing anxiety about his health began to recede, replaced by a growing sense of confidence and empowerment. He felt less like he was fighting his body and more like he was working with it. He was back in his workshop almost every afternoon, happily sanding, assembling, and painting, whistling a little tune, his energy sustained, his passion reignited. He joyfully told his daughter on the phone one evening, "You know, honey, that avocado thing you suggested, I honestly think it's making a real difference. I just feel more like myself again, more steady." George's story is such a beautiful, tangible reminder that sometimes incorporating just one simple, wholesome, natural food can contribute significantly to feeling better, regaining control, and allowing us to continue participating fully and joyfully in the activities that give our lives meaning and pleasure. So, my dear friends, we've spent some valuable time together today, exploring the many wonderful attributes of the incredible avocado. We've chatted about how its unique trifecta of benefits, the amazing digestive-slowing fiber, the heart-healthy, monounsaturated fats that can support insulin sensitivity, and its rich supply of vital nutrients like potassium, can all work together synergistically to be a truly wonderful partner in our ongoing efforts to manage blood sugar levels more smoothly, more steadily, and more naturally. We've also discovered just how surprisingly versatile this creamy green fruit can be, finding delicious homes in everything from smoothies to spreads to simple snacks eaten right from the skin. And let's hold on to the warmth and encouragement from George's story. It serves as such a powerful yet gentle testament to the idea that we don't always need drastic overhauls or complicated regimens to make a positive difference. Sometimes, the most profound shifts begin with incorporating one simple, consistent, healthy habit, like welcoming a beneficial whole food into our daily routine. It's about the cumulative effect of these small, manageable steps that truly builds momentum towards better well-being and sustained energy, allowing us to engage more fully with life. Now, with all this in mind, I'd like to extend a gentle invitation to you. If you feel inspired by our conversation today, perhaps consider choosing just one small, easy way to invite avocado into your meals this coming week. Maybe it's as simple as trying that mashed avocado on a single slice of whole grain toast for breakfast one morning. Perhaps you could add just a few slices to your usual lunchtime salad. Or maybe you'll be adventurous and try adding a small amount to your next smoothie. Whatever feels approachable and unintimidating for you. Pay gentle attention to how you feel afterwards, not just immediately, but perhaps notice your energy levels later in the day. See if it helps you feel a little more satisfied, a little more stable. And please, I would be genuinely delighted and interested to hear about your experiences, your thoughts, or even your own favorite ways to enjoy avocados. The comments section below is our shared space for learning and support. Please do share. I try my very best to read every comment, and your insights enrich our community immensely. If you found our chat today helpful, informative, or perhaps just a little comforting, would you be so kind as to give this video a little thumbs up? That small click truly helps others who might be searching for this kind of information to find our conversation. And if you haven't already joined our growing family here, please consider clicking that subscribe button and perhaps the little notification bell too, so you won't miss out on our future chats about navigating these golden years with health, grace, and vitality. Finally, take a moment to think. Is there a friend, a neighbor, a family member, perhaps someone in your church group or social club who you know is navigating similar challenges with energy levels or blood sugar management and could use a little gentle encouragement or a new idea? If someone comes to mind, please feel free to share this video with them. Sometimes, simply sharing helpful information, offered with kindness, can be a wonderful gesture of support and can truly make someone's day. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for choosing to spend this portion of your day with me. Your time and attention are gifts I truly cherish. Please take wonderful care of yourselves in the days ahead. Be kind and gentle with yourselves, stay comfortable and cozy, nourish your bodies and spirits, and know that I am genuinely looking forward to connecting with you again very soon in our next video. Until then, warmest wishes, and bye for now.